Good morning. Thank you to all of you for being here on time to celebrate the EDPS 20th anniversary with me and with entire team of EDPS, all the people who work in the EDPS right now and many of those who worked before. But there is a special person today with us as well who represents, the institution and the history of institution and first 10 years of this institution and who actually built this institution in practice, that Peter Hastings, and I would like to ask you for applause for Peter. Although our official anniversary is in January, we envisioned our celebration as an ongoing process culminating today in summit, but mainly because the weather in June is better than in January. But this process actually included several key initiatives that you may encounter during the year. Our 20 initiatives, commitments and actions showing the EDPS continuous effort to lead as modern data protection authority. Our 20 talks, expert and influential personalities from various fields sharing their unique perspective on privacy and data protection. Then the commemorative book that we already heard about, which will be unveiled today. And finally, today's summit. All these initiatives share a common purpose. They were born from the conviction that our anniversary should be the moment, or rather the period, a year, to reflect on the past, to better prepare for the future, because actually the future is the most important. Why the summit? Well, if you open today the conference program, you will find an introduction to the 5 questions and panels we explore. This introduction explains that we aim to use our 20th anniversary to bring the forefront of public debate about the role of the state in the era of ever-growing information collection about citizens and the place of data protection in modern democracies. The debates today will discuss the role of data protection, its possibilities and limitations, its successes and also missed opportunities in contributing to the development of the democratic society fundamentals. We have gathered minds who, while broadly committed to protecting human privacy, can critically examine the meaning of the fundamental right to privacy and data protection into today's reality. But why? Why focus on the protection of the data in the public authorities? Why to discuss the democracy? Why to discuss it instead of simply celebrating the 20th anniversary? As EDPS, we have a specific mandate that gives us the particular perspective among data protection authorities. Over the last 20 years, we have looked beyond big tech and beyond GDPR. We have looked at the EU institutions, and we have seen them as a broader reflection of issues as arising from the data processing in the public authorities. What we worry is the most important. And I come from academic society, and I'm a lawyer as well. So if you are an academic lawyer and something worries you, you either start investigation or you make a conference. What we worried about were increasing data collection by the governments, national security being used to justify the more intrusive measures, the rise of populism and radicalism challenging the human rights foundations of the European Union. Yes, we worry about these things, but there are more concerns. The very reason for this summit, the worry that data protection is often helpless against the threat by state. Today, we want to reflect on why it is. Can we do anything better? Whether it's in terms of concepts and norms of their implementations? Are there lessons from these 20 years that can inform and improve our practice? In other words, we want to analyze the application of the data protection in the context of public authorities as a gateway to the broader reflection on data protection and its functioning. We aim to use our 20th anniversary and the 20 years of experience and immense development in data protection as the starting point for the successful journey for another 20 years. What at stake in this journey? Democracy. Do you think it's too pompous? Maybe. But too often, I feel that data protection is about itself. Saying with the words of my predecessor, Giovanni Buttarelli, from his manifesto from 2019, I would say the rush to digitize has had an impact on society and environment, as well as on treasured norms, such as the rule of law, democracy. Indeed, these treasured norms require more than just the GDPR. We need to change our mindset of treating what is not covered by GDPR as a minor issue. So I look forward to today's discussion, and I encourage you to take part in it. First, we start with the basics, with the foundations. Daniele Nardi, from my legal service in the EDPS, will moderate the session reflecting on the objectives of data protection. The data protection serves as the fundamental right, both procedurally and substantially. Are we on the right track to meet these objectives? What does the protection of the personal data safeguards that cannot be secured through the other means? Next, Thomas Zerdik, head of the Supervision and Enforcement Unit in EDPS, will continue this reflection in the specific context of data protection's role in relation to the state. Is data protection effectively limiting the state and the state appetite for the data? Are the powers and the functions of the state and the societal needs they must meet sufficiently guaranteed and sufficiently governed by the data protection laws? Then Anna Buchta, who is the head of our policy and consultation team in EDPS, will address the somewhat forbidden fruit of data protection, national security, and the role of data protection should play in building the democratic oversight system. At the EDPS, we believe this is one of the most important things. And then Anna Kollaps, from my cabinet, will attempt to operationalize these reflections, moderating the session dedicated to addressing the problems of the data protection reactiveness. And finally, Kazimierz Ujazdowski, also from my cabinet, will invite his great partners and panelists to venture into the future, turning to the debate on the practical geopolitics. And I also invite you to attend the sessions organized by EDPS long-standing partners. You heard we have the session organized by our data protection officers of the EU institutions. We have the session organized by the academic institutions. We also have the session, the Agora, which is organized by the civil society movements. I thank them for responding to our invitations and creating their own Agora. Last but not least, you will have the chance to get to know the commemorative book that we present today. Ladies and gentlemen, today is not about GDPR. Today is about data protection as a discipline on how to impact our democracies. Unfortunately, to the broader public, This discipline is not very popular, and its effectiveness is contributing to the healthy democracy, still leaves room for improvement. The coming years will only amplify the challenges and the struggles. Thank you very much for joining us at EDPS Summit, and I hope that we will have wonderful discussion today that will leave a lot in your minds. Thank you very much.